Good morning, internet. It is, let me see, I have a new phone. It is 10:38 in the morning and welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, I have a new phone because the old iPhone that I've been using throughout the entire trip pretty much died upon arrival in the Netherlands. So I would say pretty good timing. So now I got, I don't know, some Samsung easy, cheap little smartphone. Anyway, I don't even know where to begin. I have now been back in the Netherlands for 2 weeks. And for 2 weeks, I have already known some really bad news. So I arrived here 2 weeks ago. And pretty much the next day, so I arrived on a Thursday evening, and Friday morning I immediately went to what's called the RDW, and basically that is the Dutch or governmental thingy, I don't know what it's called, that arranges all the registrations of the vehicles. Because the problem that I have is that Basanti is not registered on my name. I already said this, explained this a couple of times before, because I bought her in India as a tourist, and then you cannot register it on your own name. So far I've been able to cross all these borders with a motorcycle which is not registered on my name, which all went okay. But I know from other travelers that I will not be able to pull this off through Central America and especially Mexico. I will just not be able to pass with Basanti because she's not on my own name. So I thought the first thing what I do when I reach the Netherlands is I'm going to try to get her on Dutch license plates so I can register her on my name. So that's what I did, and I contacted them. And well, before anything else, you would have to do a pretty expensive test. They said it will cost at least 750 euros, and then they're gonna do all these type of tests. And then if they find any anomalies, then you have to change those parts which are not okay. So I was like, okay. And they also said that can take many weeks because they don't know when they have a spot. I was like, okay, still okay, we can manage. So I contacted Royal Enfield, the Netherlands, to ask them if they would do the test, if I could put a stock exhaust on Basanti, because now she's way too loud. I thought she's never gonna pass the test. So I thought, let's ask if I can put a stock exhaust on it so she can pass the test. And while we were talking about it, we came to realize that even if I do all those tests, they will never put her on Dutch license plates, because for that you also need a certificate, a COC certificate. And basically that is a certificate of the factory saying that this motorcycle complies with all the Euro regulations. So not just the Euro 4 emission regulations, but everything else. And she doesn't, because Basanti is made for the Indian market and not for the European market. Those motorcycles are slightly different, and I will just never get the certificate from the factory because she doesn't comply with the Euro regulations. Are you still with me? So anyway, I looked into everything, and basically the bottom line is it's over for Basanti. I will not be able to get her across Central America. So my whole Patagonia-Alaska plan, I can't do it with Basanti. So that's like bad news. And so I've known this for 2 weeks now, and I thought, oh, what do I do? So, but I was already talking to the Royal Enfield guys in IJsselstein, which is close to where I am now. I'm now staying here in Utrecht. I'm renting this, this is an Airbnb where I'm staying. And they are the unofficial importer of Royal Enfield here in the Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg. They're officially, I think, the distributor, but anyway. And they offered me a deal. And the deal is to give Basanti to them. And then Basanti will be on display on, I don't know, fairs or something like that, shows or demonstrations or whatever. And in return, I get a new Himalayan, brand new, which is registered on my name. So it will have Dutch license plates and it will be on my name. So I took the deal. And so, yeah, that means that I will not continue with Basanti. And I'm really sad because I just wanted to continue with Basanti and do the next trip with Basanti. but it's just not possible. So I weighed my options, and I thought, yeah, this is the best option because it means that I don't have to buy a new motorcycle. So that saves me a lot of money, which I rather spend on traveling than on buying motorcycles. And by doing this trade, it means that I will not be the owner of Basanti anymore. But then again, I'm gonna be away for a year and a half doing this next trip. She's not allowed on the Dutch roads anymore. Today is the last day. So with these license plates, I'm allowed to ride in the Netherlands for 2 weeks. So today is officially the last day that she's allowed here on the road. So it would mean that for the next year and a half, she would be sitting, I don't know, I would have to find a storage place for her and nobody would ride her and she would just be sitting here there all by herself. So yeah, in this way, then, okay, at least people can still see her and, I don't know, maybe enjoy the look of Basanti. and I get a new motorcycle, which I don't have to buy. So all in all, I do think it's a good deal. I still will be riding in the Himalayan, which ultimately after this first trip, my conclusion was that is the best bike for me. And I would love to ride, I would love to ride with Basanti, but okay, in this case, I will at least ride again a Himalayan, which I really love. And I'm comfortable with this bike. I know this bike pretty well by now. So yeah, so that's it. I think a lot of you will probably be disappointed. So am I. I already had 2 weeks time to get used to the idea of trading Basanti for another bike. So I'm pretty used to it by now. And I'm now actually pretty excited to pick up my new bike, which I'm gonna do today, or now actually. Because today is the last day that I can ride Basanti. So I'm gonna ride her to IJsselstein and then I'm gonna trade her for a brand new Himalayan. And another part of the agreement is that we're gonna leave Basanti pretty much as she is. I'm not gonna strip her of all the accessories. The only thing we're gonna take off is my navigation system because, well, it's quite an expensive thing and I want it. And it's not really of any use anyway on Basanti. So we're gonna take that one and put it on the new bike, but all the rest will stay on Basanti. So that also means that I have to start all over again with putting all the stuff on Basanti, or no, not Basanti, on my new bike that I want. I also already know a new name for my new bike, but I will tell you when we see her. It's also gonna be a her, it's gonna be a she. But I will tell you the new name of the new bike when we get to meet her. So yeah, let's go. Oh, first I wanted to say one more thing. So besides the bad news of Basanti and, well, the good news of a new bike and the fact that I can actually continue my ride without having to buy a new bike, I want to show you this. Ta-da! How cool is this? So this is my 100,000 subscriber thing from YouTube. It is massive. I didn't expect it to be so big. And so yeah, thanks to all of you, I got this. I think it is really amazing. And I'm just amazed how many of you are following on this journey and are still sticking with me. So thank you so much. It came with the letter and it said something that the next, this is the silver one, and if I want to make the next one, I have to have 1 million subscribers. So I think that is, I don't know if I will make that. That's very far away, I think, but it doesn't matter. It's not about the numbers, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And if I ever settle down somewhere, then I'll definitely put it on the wall. But yeah, let's go to Basanti for the real final ride. Alright, are you guys ready for the last ride with Basanti? I don't even know if I'm ready. It's gonna be so weird. Alright. I guess you can't have it all. IJsselstein is very close to Utrecht. It's maybe a 10-minute ride or something. Hey! I saw him the other day as well. It's funny that that guy on the motorcycle who waved, He is road assistance on the motorbike, and I saw him, I think 2 days ago, almost right here. I was waiting for a traffic light and he was standing next to me, and we had a very small chat. So it's really funny that I bump into him again. But anyway, so IJsselstein is very close to Utrecht, so it's maybe a 10 minutes ride. Small part on the highway, and then I'm already there. So yeah, the last 10 minutes. There it is. All right. Bye, baby.
Hoi.
Hoi.
Jesse.
Noralie.
Is goed?
Ja, met jou?
Ja, goed.
So, let me introduce to you. She is called Dano, and I think everybody who is from India will understand immediately why this baby is called Dano, standing right next to Basanti. So I think I don't need to explain anything further. For me, the only logical name for this motorcycle is Dano. So there she is, all shiny and new. Look at it. And so here they put my Garmin, so that is great. So I have my navigation again. What do you think, guys? Isn't she pretty? I really can't wait to gear her up with all the other things that I want to have on the bike. But yeah, brand new. Meet Dano. Dankjewel hè. Alright. Feels good. Dankjewel hè. Doeg. Alright guys, as you can see, 26.9 kilometers. She is a brand new baby. Let's go. Doei. It does feel different immediately. Obviously the sound, stop exhaust, but very familiar feel. So I'm now back in Utrecht, and I'm gonna bring Dano to a friend's house where she can sit inside, safely locked up inside the garage. Because I don't want to put her outside on the street in front of the place where I'm staying. So I'm gonna securely park her there. It was a nice first ride. It just feels different, you know. It's the same bike, but then again it's not. But yeah, she feels good, and I enjoyed this first ride together. Okay, bye Dano! And I'm back in Utrecht. It was a pretty eventful day, right? Yeah, it was just a bit of a weird day. I was really looking forward to it, and it was just great to ride on a new bike. And it was weird to leave Basanti behind, so I don't know, it was a bit of an eventful day for me. I hope that you and me will both all fall in love with Dano the same as we did with Basanti, but I'm sure we will, because I'm gonna go on a huge adventure again. So I think the bonding will be pretty soon with the new bike. Okay, so now, because I'm kind of, I have to start over again with building up or customizing the bike the way I want. So plus I'm also, the gear that that I had on the past trip took quite a bit of a beating. And given the extent of the trip that is coming up, I just also need new gear. And the guys where I was today at Royal Enfield, Jan and Jurgen, they have been super amazing. And they put me already in contact with several brands. And they already replied that they are really supportive, and they want to help me out with gearing me up with some new stuff for the bike and for myself. So that's absolutely amazing, because that just means that all the money that I don't have to spend on gear just means that I'll be on the road for longer. So I'm just really happy with that. So I think the next couple of videos will just be about trying to arrange all this new stuff, showing what I'll be riding with to you. Yeah, that was it for today. If you liked the video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and then I'll see you in the next video.